All right. So today I'm here with my fellow Morehouse student and friend. Today I'll be talking about cultural relativism and pretty much what it entails. So cultural relativism, firstly, is pretty much the relativity of beliefs, practices, actions to one's culture. So I myself am Muslim, so a lot of people in my family tend to wear hijabs. So in my culture, that's seen as morally okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. They had to keep a hijab on for, whenever they're outside, cover parts of their body, can't really showcase, different parts of their body. For people who are on the outside, they might think, it's crazy that, my parents are wearing a hijab, like they always have it on. But in my culture, it's okay because, according to cultural relativism, it wouldn't be wrong because it's my culture. But if you were to judge that, you not being in the culture, you would be, wrong because it's relative to my culture. And the same goes to say for a lot of other practices, like I know some religions, they tend to, utilize harsh punishments to, punish people for doing wrong. But if we were to judge those people, we would be wrong because in their culture, that's seen as, the right thing to do. Like, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's relative to their culture. And we would be wrong as human beings to judge them. So you kind of following along?
Yeah. Would another example of that be like he's sticking with the Islamic culture? If Muslims saw somebody eating pork, they would see that as wrong because according to their culture, they're that's morally wrong.
Yeah, so that would be another reason of that. So I'll interpret it in two ways. I believe like as Muslims, like we would believe like that person eating pork. So is that what you're saying, random person eating pork?
Yeah.
So yeah, we would see that as wrong, and we're entitled to see that as wrong, but we can say it's wrong, but we ourselves would also be wrong because, well, in this retrospect of like that person's culture, because they might be, seen as right.
Well, let's say they're both Muslim.
Oh, if they're both Muslim, and the person says
like they see them eating pork.
yeah, so yeah, that would be wrong
Yeah.
because it's in the culture that you can't eat pork. So it's kind of like you're contradicting your culture. So that would actually be wrong if they're both Muslim. But in the act, like the other person wasn't Muslim, and we pointed that out as wrong. In our culture, it would be seen as right. But in the retrospect of things, their culture, can eat pork, so they wouldn't be wrong for that action. So it's kind of like up in the air, but that's pretty much some facts about cultural relativism, and yeah, that's pretty much the video.